We are officially done with our 2026 pantry challenge. In this video, I'm going to be going over the final week of the challenge and giving you a little recap of the challenge in its entirety. Hi, welcome back to our journey. If you are new, my name is Brenna and I am so excited that you're here. So I'm going to be starting with what we had for dinners for the week. We had breakfast for dinner one night where we did biscuits and gravy. We did teriyaki chicken with rice and green beans. I attempted to make Hawaiian rolls again. My husband made the beef patties so we could turn them into sliders. One night we had just a really busy schedule, so we pulled some bread out of the freezer, toasted it, and had peanut butter sandwiches. We went to a friend's house for dinner one night and they provided the meal, which was really nice. We went to another friend's home and they provided the meal and I made cookies to share. We did also decide to go out to dinner one night to a restaurant, so that used the final slot in our going out rule. Lunches were a mix of leftovers, peanut butter sandwiches. We did an appetizer style lunch a couple of times where we used up some summer sausage or deer sticks to go with some leftover rolls that we had. I do prefer to put cheese with my lunch when we do stuff like that. So for breakfast, the options were things like cereal, our breakfast sandwiches, biscuits and gravy, leftovers to enjoy with biscuits or rolls. My husband would grab the peanut butter sandwiches if we were short on time. And my go-to was still my protein shake to put with my morning coffee. So for snacks, we had popcorn, cheese and crackers, random leftovers. Desserts, we had some leftover apple cobbler. We also had some cookies that I had made, and we still had some holiday candy left to enjoy. When it came to freezer prep, I ran out of butter at the end of week 7, so I made some more butter, portioned it out, and froze the butter and the buttermilk. Our grocery total for week 8 came to $11.07. We've been able to stay within our budget for the entirety of the challenge, which is wonderful. It reassures me that if we were ever in a situation where we absolutely had to minimize our grocery budget, we could definitely make that happen. All right, let's get into the recap of the entire challenge as a whole. I split this up between areas that need improvement and areas where we did well. Let's start with the areas that need improvement first. So number 1, having a better system or process when it comes to food rotation in the freezers. I talk about this a little bit in week 1's update to the pantry challenge. And the thought was, after I would meal plan, I would go into the garage, maybe with a basket, and gather up all the ingredients that I would have needed for the following week, bring it back into the kitchen and put it in the freezer compartment of our refrigerator. This would have worked if I would have made sure that the freezer prepped items that we would make went into the garage freezers instead of filling up the freezer compartment in our kitchen refrigerator. I still think this is a good idea. I still think this concept will really work. I just have to find the right routine that works alongside our current schedule. I also have some plans on how to make things easier in locating stuff in the deep freezers. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you follow and subscribe. All right, area number 2, tracking how many portions certain meals give us. I wanted to do this, 1, so I would have a better estimate of how much food we ate during the challenge. 2, it really helps me to know how many portions each meal can provide if it's a freezer meal, so it can better help me when I am planning out a freezer prep day. The third reason is it gives me an idea of how much food we would need to grow in the garden if ever we decided to grow or attempt to grow a year's worth of a certain type of food. I found this a little bit more challenging to do, especially on our busier nights. It's still something I really want to do, so I'm going to have to find a different approach to make it easier for me to remember to count the portions before the meal is completely gone. All right, on to things we did well. We stayed within our budget. As I mentioned before, we did this for the entire challenge. January and February, we stayed under our $40 weekly budget we had set for ourselves. That was to cover dairy, fresh produce, and water bottles. That's it. With the cost of, well, everything going up, I am trying to spend more time to learn some new skills. I look forward to finding more homemade swaps that can ultimately save us money and help us stay within a reasonable budget moving forward. Please comment below what your favorite homemade swap is that saves you money. Number 2, we did really well on being flexible with meal options. I tried to make a rough draft of the meal plan prior to the challenge because I knew eventually I was gonna need it for ideas, and it definitely came in handy. I look forward to doing something like that in the future where I have a rough draft of ideas, so when I am stuck on meal planning and I don't know what to cook, I can refer back to that. All right, there you have it. Our 2026 Pantry Challenge has officially come to a close. Thank you, Jessica at Three Rivers Homestead, for hosting this challenge. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with someone. If you want to come along, see what other things we have going on, we would love to have you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye.